Or Shoki. So you were talking earlier about nerve strikes, the human anatomy, and practical application of striking nerves. Not practical application, because there's a lot of mysticism in martial arts, and people whenever they hear nerve strikes, they start thinking about like dim mak and maybe some of it works, maybe some of it doesn't. But when it comes to Sanukuses and your martial arts system, how do you apply nerve strikes?
You brought up a good point there when you said mysticism. And the human anatomy is no mystery about it. There's a lot of fact in the state. There's stated 206 bones in the human body. That's the fact. No mysticism about that. Over 3,000 nerve endings in the body. No mysticism there. So you can educate yourself to take the magic out of it, so to speak. And I like to think the nerve center pressure points is really the part that makes it look magic, like it just magically happened. But we are nerve ending species, so to speak. Skeleton system, musculatory system, all of these systems. And I have a wall chart here which I study in many other books on the human anatomy. And I was just kind of like running over some things here, and the muscular system and the nervous system here, which is not a really big layout of it all, not, as I said earlier, 3,000 nerve endings, but these, this is a system by itself of muscles that overlay and intertwine with the nerve centers in your body. But as martial artists, we have to go through these muscles sometimes. Now we can cramp them, we can cause pain to them, we can cause trauma to them, strain them, sprain them, but a lot of times we can get over this, we can recover. But when we're talking about martial art, especially in the sense of self-defense, we want to deal with this system, the nervous system. And so in Sanukusu Jiu-Jitsu, we understand that we have a system called a pia nerve system, PIA, pia nerve system striking. And we kind of focus on where these nerves appear closer to the surface. So one of the things I wanted to point out was, let's talk about the arms. There's a medium nerve here, and there's a radial nerve in the arm as well. And those are the two that we want to work on for instance here, and I'm going to show you on a human being. Because again, when someone's trying to do harm to you, they're extending their arm to you, and they're extending their nerve endings to you, and you really want to respond by fighting your way into the fight. With the human arm, you got to understand about the joints in the arm, all right, as we talk about this all the time, moving here in the joints, understanding 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, 4 here, 5 here, and 6 here. So when we talk about those 6 joints in the arm, we're talking really about the skeleton system. Now, we can affect them by breaking these bones, hyperextending them at the joints, but today we're going to talk a little bit about the nerve endings here. So I spoke earlier about the radial nerve. Right. The radial nerve runs here along the side of the arm. Now, it actually runs here, and then it disappears behind the bicep and comes back up around the side here. So it doesn't run straight all the way up. If you look at any chart on the anatomy, you'll see how it disappears. It goes in and wraps around the tricep and comes up the back and goes up the side here. All right? So again, that means it's exposed all the way here. So this is when like a person is swinging and we block. We don't want to block here, we want to block here. So we kind of like chopping down. So a lot of times you say martial art block is here, or we think we're stopping it here. What we want to do is watch. And he can tell you that I'm killing this nerve as it comes down. So the faster it comes, the more it's going to cause this pain. You can tell you that it's sending shots up the side. It's going straight up here because the radial nerve is going around here. So when we do this, we want to understand it. That's why I say in our system that our blocks are not blocks, our blocks are strikes. So when I do this, I wasn't trying to just let him batter his arm into my arm. His arm was coming towards mine, and mine was going towards his. So automatically I kill that arm using the radial nerve. Now the medium nerves are here on the inside of the hand. They run on the inside all the way up and controlling these 2 fingers here. The good thing about the radial nerve is that it controls all 3 of these fingers here. These 3 are gripping fingers. It's what we grip. So when a person has a knife in their hand and they have it here and they're gripping really with these 3 fingers. All right, I know some styles that don't even put no pressure on these two fingers because they want to have the maneuverability of the knife and the movement. So the main factor is not here. Even when you think about a katana sword, you don't hold it with tight with these two fingers at the end. So what happens is that this is the gripping fingers here. So when we hit the radial nerve in here, see, in here.
So can you show those two fingers again, just real close up? I want to get that for everybody to see which two fingers you're talking about.
These two fingers here run inside with the medium nerve on the inside of the arm. So all the nerves that's here on the inside are with this on the inside. This is how come when we hit here on the inside, it causes that action of him popping these. They look like they all open up at the same time, but these two were popping up. When I hit here, the radial nerve controls these three fingers. So radial nerve runs through these three fingers here, the thumb which controls in here. So when I do this, when this knife is here, this is why sometimes when a person and I'm blocking here, and I hit the person will grimace on the knife instead of letting go. In other words, they tighten more on the knife because I did nothing to these nerves. This here caused the person to tighten on the knife. So if I'm going past all that to hit a person in the face and he still has a knife, I have done nothing to control it. I need to be able to control it here with the radial nerve. Again, from the wrist to here, there's 7 of them. It's real easy to be able to find right in this area here. So when I hit here in the radial nerve, hold tight please. Good. It pops right out. All right. Now he didn't just let go, but I was gonna let you know that I can pull it out with 2 fingers once I hit the radial nerve here. Okay. So again, understand that this nerve runs all the way up here. I'm not going to try to hit in here for the radial nerve. I know that it doesn't come. It comes back out on the inside. Okay. It comes back out here. Okay. Right about in here. And then it goes right up to the side of the neck. So we know the radial nerve, again, when we hit here, is the same thing as when we hit here. So again, when we talk about those nerves in the arm, when we're fighting a person, why would we try to go right past all the good stuff when we could have nerved him? Why wouldn't we just go and then we can come back? So I get the chance to go right along the side of this radial nerve again. I hit here, and then I find it again here at the side of the neck. Because I understand where the radial nerve goes. It comes from here, goes down, comes up the back, and comes out here. So I want to find where these nerve endings expose themselves to the top as much as they possibly can. All right? So again, what we do is we got to understand that that's what happens here when we hit these nerves on the inside. And I hit it on the inside, I can come down. On the radial nerve and on the thumb, because the radial nerve is coming down the thumb. So instead of just hitting it here, what I did is hit it here and come down at the same time. Right? So again, when we have our blades and things like that, and we're doing our technique, and we come around and we defang the person, that's what we're doing. We're coming here, whatever, hitting the nerve, grabbing, come around. As I defang, I'm hitting the radial nerve, clear, and come back, find the nerve again, go back again. So I can win this whole fight just with the radial nerve alone. But again, we want to try to understand nerve endings and pressure points. There's points where I put pressure, and it's far. And I can't keep doing this all day because this is for real. It will hurt for real, and it make a person sore. But understanding a little bit about the nerves. Thank you.